Alrighty then. So, are you ready for a stash ad to end all stash ads? And I say that because this will probably be the last stash ad that we do for the year because I've used up all my model buying points. I swear. There was a little bit of a discussion yesterday about model buying, and I haven't been bad, but I haven't really behaved myself, especially the show that we just went to in Pomona at the NHRA Museum. We went to that on Sunday. I drove out there with my buddy Luca and our friend Dave Bell, and it was an amazing show. Dave Bell brought home the Showstopper Award. I mean, the best in show, and it was well deserved, man. So it was really cool to see Dave win that and have him be part of our crew and everything like that. So that was really cool. Luca does have a video up about that now. I tried to do some filming, but I was using my phone for my map system getting out there, and I forgot to charge it. So yeah, this knucklehead didn't bring his power pack and completely lost the ability to do any filming or photography or anything, so that was kind of a bust on my part, but live and learn, you know. All right, so let's get on to the cool stuff. We're going to start off first off with a couple of things that we picked up over the last few months, and we'll show you those, and then we'll go into what we got at the show. So first off, we got this one here from our buddy James over at Scale Model Experiment. He said he was kind of falling out of love with this one, so he offered to me, and I was like very grateful for it. So thank you, James. I appreciate that. I remember when these guys used to roam the streets. They're an awesome little car. I always wished I had one myself. Another one that we picked up recently was our trip to Andes. We picked up this Trans Am Pontiac. It's interestingly worded, but I love this nose style, this body style, and of course it's in black. We all fell in love with that because of Smokey and the Bandit. But the reason why I bought this dude was because of this thumbnail right here. I really like that gold. And I was showing it to Mrs. BG last night, and she's like, you know, that really looks like could be a Tamiya color, like a TS 88 or 87, probably like a titanium gold. I'm like, you know the paint numbers? And she's like, well, of course, you're talking about them all the time. So I really want to do that one in the gold, not the black, which is very rare for me because I do love doing those in the black scheme. Another vintage kit that we picked up recently is the MPC Cannonball Run Countach, and nowhere on here will you see Lamborghini. So interesting. But it does have the forward nose wing on there like the one in the movie did, but it doesn't have the exhaust pipes on the back. I think the one on the movie had, oh my God, I think it had 6 pipes going along the backside there or something like that. It looked like a pipe organ. But yeah, I remember this thing blasting along there. There's a clip from the movie. And I've been told this isn't an accurate representation of what a Countach should look like, but I don't care. The nostalgia of this kit and these ladies right here, yeah, buddy. That's a whole other video. But yeah, I mean, if I could have picked a car out of that movie to have a model kit for, it was of course going to be this one. I remember being introduced to Lamborghinis through that movie. I'd never seen or heard anything like that before, and I was just absolutely enamored with that car. So I am actually stoked to have this in the collection. And then next up is this guy here. Yes, we bought another one. This is a little bit more of a vintage style kit than the one I originally had. That was the modern re-release of this. This one's been around for a little while. This one's actually in the blue color. Oops, sorry about that glare. This is molded in that blue color, and the decals weren't so great, but I went to Slick's decals in order to set. Those look awesome. I want to do this one for myself. You know, we already have the other one for my uncle, my grandfather, my uncle. But at the NHRA museum, we actually saw the A version of this car. Beautiful machine. I love the fact that it's not restored. It's just kind of like how it is, and I think that's just really cool. Fiberglass cracks and everything, you know. At the show, we're gonna move on to that now. I played the raffle. I never play raffles. It's one of those stories. Oh, I never do this, and I played it for the first time and I won. Well, actually, I did. I played it for the first time, And I was the first number drawn, and I wasn't going to play. And then I bumped into Chuck from Chuck's Hobby Spot. He was buying enough raffle tickets to make a couple of belts. So I was like, "What's up?" He goes, "Dude, you don't know. They got Tamiya kits up there they're giving away." And I'm like, "Oh, snap. All right. No, I want in on that." I bought some tickets. I was the first number called. I got to go up to the stage and pick out this guy here, the 240ZG. This is the one that my buddy John's building. I've done the Hasegawa one, and that was a fun kit and all, but this one's got the engine, a little bit more detail on it, and I am super stoked to have picked that one up for just $1. Just $1. A few minutes later, I got called again and decided to pick this guy off the stack because I just love the Lotus Super 7 Series 2s, especially since this one has that photo etch Fred in there. That's the new release of that, so that was a lot of fun. And then, keeping up with the Tamiya theme, while perusing the sales tables, I found a guy that was selling this dude here, and I just loved. We all know how much I love my rally cars. I love them so much. I don't build them. But the Peugeot 206 WRC, I couldn't pass it up, and the price was really good, so I thought that was a good deal. And then we move over to the Fujimi camp. Another gentleman was selling some Japanese kits there. I thought this was a nice looking one. I love the fact that it says Old Mini Cooper on there, and it does have the decal for the Union Jack for the roof. So I thought that was a selling point for me, and I was just super stoked to have another Mini Cooper kit. This one is a curbside, and which means it's going to lend itself well to a quick build. I'm thinking perhaps maybe for the 48-hour group build that should be coming up in July of 2022. I think I might have this slated for that. And then, moving over to the domestic side of things, I happened to spy this one on a table, and I thought, I've been wanting this one for forever. He only wanted a couple dollars for it. It's complete. Even has the people, and I thought, not many people build these as they are. They kind of customize them and stuff, which is cool. And I think that's really clever and creative. But I want to do one just as this, I'm a box art builder, so that's kind of my jam right there. I did discover the Corvette Indy. I've had my eye on this kit on eBay for a while. And since I was there, I had cash, no shipping, all that kind of jazz. I went ahead and snagged this guy. That's actually a really slick kit. It's got a really nice body shape and molding to it. And that's actually a mid-engine Corvette concept. So Corvette's been trying to get that mid-engine thing out there for quite a while, as it would seem. And then speaking of concept cars, we discovered the Pontiac Banshee on a nice table. And again, another situation of I've been wanting this kit, and it was available. I had the money, no shipping. Let's go for it. And this one I dedicate to Top Revision #1. This kit here, he just did a final on that not too long ago, and his had the tilt bed on it, not just the tilt nose, but the tilt bed. And he said that was a horrible kit to build. Don't buy it. So I of course bought it. But I want to. I've always loved this kit. I just want to build one for myself. It's probably going to be a headache and a half, but I've always wanted that kit, so I went ahead and got that. And then I am a big fan of the 62 Thunderbirds, and look what we found here. I even like that coral color, I believe that is. And it's got a nice detail set to it. This one actually had a bit of photo etch, and yeah, we only paid $15 for it. So nice score there. And then I could not pass up getting one of these. This is molded in a color that they consider to be petty blue. I don't think so. I think it's a little pale. But yeah, I just, something about this car. This is a nostalgia build for me because I tried to do one back in high school back in the day, and I just did not do well with it. And now I want to do justice to this kit, so I thought I'd go ahead and grab that. But when we first got to the show, we were greeted by a fellow named Larry that was kind enough to give us this as a gift. And let's see if we can get this in shot here without a lot of glare on it. But yeah, this kit here, Larry said that he dug through his storage shed and found this and thought that we would like to have it. And I asked him if he wanted to have anything in return for it, and he said no, just this is sort of a thank you for the hours of entertainment that we've given him. So thank you very much, Larry. I appreciate this greatly. I'm still kind of blown away by the generous offer. And we will be getting to this sometime soon, I hope, with everything that's going on. Bench is very, very cluttered right now, but that'll definitely be something for the next year. And just a second, we're going to switch over to a little bit of sci-fi stuff. All right, so for the world of sci-fi, we got this guy here, which is a Hasegawa kit. This is from the Macross series of Robotech from back in the day, back when we used to call it Japanimation, but now we know that it's known as anime. But this is one of those transforming jets, transforms into a Battleoid. I always loved that show. The fact that the technology and everything was really cool, and that they had, I mean, a fighter jet with the skull and crossbones on there, not unlike the Jolly Rogers. I don't remember the VF number that they are, or who they're, which ship they're attached to. I apologize, I'm not a Navy brat, so I don't really know about that stuff. But I do know that that livery is, I say livery, but that is just one of the coolest insignias out there. And then we also got this guy. This is the God Phoenix from the TV show Gatchaman or G-Force or Battle of the Planets, depending on which version of the show you're talking about. But this is, again, something from my childhood that I absolutely loved. I remember watching this show when I was probably 8 years old, back in the late 70s, and thinking, my God, that is the coolest thing ever. And then at the local hobby shop, we discovered this guy. It's not going to fit in frame, but we're going to get most of it. The 1/72nd scale space shuttle. I saw the captain had this over on Space Cadet. He was talking highly of the kit and everything, and I thought, that's the one I want. It's the version I like. So I happened to stumble across this. I asked the shopkeep, I was like, Jay, are you sure you're charging the right price for this? Because he had it marked for something that I consider to be a crazy low price. Turns out he's super sleep deprived because he has a newborn in the house. He hasn't slept in 5 days. He goes, I'll let it go for what it's marked as, and I'll order another one, and I'll mark that one correctly. So I was like, okay, cool. So I like sleep deprived Jay. So there we go. We did get a couple of other little goodies at the show from ProTech. We picked those up from Mr. Art Lasky. I'll always enjoy going to his table because we can find something fun there. Got some braided line, got some fittings for that braided line. And here's something that I really enjoy about ProTech. We're going to zoom in here a little bit. There we go. Oh, sorry, I zoomed out. Silly me. Let's see here. So on the pack here, you got a part number. This one's number 22. Backside, we'll look over to number 22. There it is there. It tells us our diameters, drill bit size, and then it tells us what fittings size we want to have. So we wanted to get a fitting size number 27. So that's what we did. We picked up fitting size. Oh, here we go. It looks like I actually got 28. Well, silly. I hate being blind, but it should still work on there because it's a little bit larger than the actual hoses, so I should be okay with that still. And then he had resin parachute packs too. I thought that would be awesome to add to my willies that I just got. And then we did get an airbrush needle sharpener. This one's specifically for the Pache series, or Pache, depending on where you are in the world. And seems like it's going to be something that's going to save us needles in the future. So it's really nice to have something like that, where if you get a little crook at the end of the little crook or something like that at the end of the needle, you can polish it out rather than having to just buy a whole new needle. And then over at another hobby shop, I discovered this stuff. I know they've been around for a while. I've never heard of them myself. They do have a website that's that you can visit. And this is an enamel paint, of course, says right there. And this is carburetor green / gold, which, I mean, let's give this a shake. Good Lord, that's carburetor gold, right? So I couldn't pass it up. I had to go ahead and grab that. And then one last thing that we got recently is this stuff here from Pinstripe Tapes. I don't think they're in business anymore because this was kind of like in the dusty shelf corner of the store. And this is the Police Line Do Not Cross tape in 1/25th scale or 1/24th scale. I think that is just really fun. So when we do a police car diorama, we can do like a roll of this stuff in the back seat of the car or something like that. All right, so that's all I got to share. It was a great time. We did spend a lot of hours on the road getting out there and back again, but we were with great company that kept us awake and alert the whole time, and I appreciate that greatly, so thank you very much. I know they had their own best interests at heart by keeping me awake behind the wheel, so you know, wasn't completely selfless. And we'll talk to you all a little bit later on. Bye now.